Have you ever been held back or paralyzed by fear? Why do some appear to be fearless while others are fearful? Stay tuned to this video as we dissect these questions and look for ways to overcome FEAR/fear. FEAR and fear are two different concepts. Let's look at each one of them individually. First, let's pull back the curtain on FEAR. Most everyone has heard the acronym FEAR. It stands for False Evidence Appearing Real. If we use this acronym to define FEAR, it is an illusion that we create in our mind that we believe to be true, which leads to the actual emotion of fear to which we react. I once heard a story of a woman that was shopping at her local grocery store. It was a very hot day as she stepped out of her car and headed toward the entrance. On her way, she passed by a lady leaning over the steering wheel of her car. Not seeing anything obviously wrong and not wanting to be thought of as nosy, she went on into the store and did her shopping. As she left the store, she noticed the same lady still slumped over the steering wheel of her car. At this point, the woman became alarmed and cautiously walked over to the car. Tentatively, she tapped on the window and called out, "Ma'am, are you all right?" "No," was the reply. "I've been shot. Don't you see the blood on my neck?" "Call an ambulance." The woman looked for, but didn't see any blood, but only sweat running down the woman's neck. Upon further inspection, she did see a grocery bag with a popped open can of biscuits in the back seat of the car. She also observed one of the biscuits lying on the back of the driver's seat. The woman, putting two and two together, then said, "Ma'am, you haven't been shot. You've been hit by a biscuit." Is this a true story? I don't know, but it is kind of funny. And it does illustrate a picture of believing FEAR, which in turn led to a very real fear. Now that we have a good grasp on FEAR, what is fear? Dictionary.com defines fear as a distressing emotion aroused by impending danger, evil, pain, etc., whether the threat is real or imagined. Fear has been around since the beginning of time. The word fear is referenced in various capacities throughout the King James Version of the Bible. It appears over 400 times with different verses addressing different aspects of fear, such as fear of God, fear of enemies, and the encouragement to not be afraid. The concept of fear is a significant theme in many biblical passages, reflecting the complexity of human emotions and the various contexts in which fear is discussed in the Bible. Fear can be a defense mechanism to help us from hurting ourselves or endangering our lives. In this regard, fear is a good thing. If you ever find yourself face to face with a grizzly bear in the woods, or you're in a building that is on fire, you will probably experience the emotion of fear. For either of those situations, you might want to consider another acronym for FEAR, which is forget everything and run. In the case of these two scenarios, inaction could cost you your life. Together, FEAR/fear can control us and the decisions we make. Both fear and FEAR can paralyze you and keep you from taking action. You might have a FEAR/fear of flying or walking under a ladder. While it is true that you could be killed in an airplane crash or from something falling from a ladder, the likelihood of this happening is very slim. In fact, you probably have better odds of winning the lottery. Don't misunderstand me. I don't want anyone to be under the mistaken impression that I think fear is a bunch of hooey and that it can be easily overcome. It isn't. and it can't. It is indeed very real, but I do believe it can be confronted and overcome. Often it helps us to ask and answer the question, why are we afraid? Whatever the answer, we are emotional creatures, and as such, when FEAR/fear comes in like a flood, we don't always think rationally. To overcome FEAR/fear, you must learn to intentionally act rather than react. Think about learning how to ride a bike. I would dare say that anyone that has learned to ride a bike has experienced the fear of falling. You may also have experienced the FEAR of believing that you will be run over by a car or that you will hit a tree and break your neck. As you attempted this skill, you probably crashed and scraped your knee. More than likely, you had several wrecks that caused physical pain and you wanted to quit. Maybe you even ask yourself, who needs to ride a stupid old bike anyway? I know I did. However, if you're like me, you kept getting on and trying again. You failed and failed and failed until one day you succeeded. Since you're watching this video, it is highly unlikely that you were run over by a car or that you broke your neck crashing into a tree. You kept taking action, and in the end, you triumphed over your FEAR/fear. So why is it that as we grow older, we think that the process of overcoming FEAR/fear is any different? It's not. You say, but there's more at risk now. I agree. There is a degree of risk in everything we do. To succeed at any venture, you will have to be willing to take a risk, as well as being willing to fail, and then continue on. One process of overcoming FEAR/fear is face it and take action. Fail. Learn from the failure. Take more action. Fail again. Learn from that failure and continue this process until you succeed. That's it. There are no shortcuts. I hear you mumbling to yourself, but what if it takes 5 years? Then it takes 5 years. There are numerous techniques to help you overcome FEAR/fear, but understand that all of them require you to take some type of action. Is taking action an easy task? No, it's not. My question to you is, do you want to overcome your FEAR/fear or be overcome by it? Unfortunately, most of us have a negative mindset and we are in a constant struggle with it. This mindset is born out of our FEAR/fear. So here are some tips and techniques to help you overcome FEAR/fear. Talk to yourself about what your FEAR/fear is stopping you from doing. Now get a sheet of paper and divide it in half. At the top of the page, write pros and cons of facing my fear of fill in the blank. Commit those pros and cons into written words on this paper. This is extremely important, and it might take a while to complete, but don't just drag it out to delay the process. On a separate sheet of paper, write down what you might accomplish and how your life might change when you confront and overcome your FEAR/fear. The key to confronting and overcoming your FEAR/fear is to take small, incremental steps. Question: do you know how to eat an entire elephant by yourself? Answer: one small bite at a time. Now that you have completed these two activities, you're going to develop an action plan to face your FEAR/fear head on. Number 1, put on a life jacket and and sit on the edge of a pool with your legs in the water. Number 2, with your life jacket on, walk into the pool until the water is at your waist. Number 3, with your life jacket off, walk into the pool until the water is at your waist. Number 4, with your life jacket on, walk into the pool until the water is at your chest. Number 5, with your life jacket off, walk into the pool until the water is at your chest. Number 6, sign up for lessons with a certified swim instructor. Number 7, attend the swimming lessons with a certified swim instructor. Number 8, repeat until you have overcome your FEAR/fear of drowning. Realize that you will probably never fully lose your FEAR/fear, but an action plan will give you confidence to confront it and overcome it as opposed to being overcome by it. There is an exception to every rule, and if you have not been able to overcome your FEAR/fear by yourself, seek professional help. Whatever you do, do something to overcome your FEAR/fear. Is taking action an easy task? No, it's not. Again, I ask you, do you want to overcome your FEAR/fear or be overcome by it? Here's a quote by Mark Twain. So throw off the bow lines, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. So, my fellow seekers of success, if this video spoke to you in some way, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share your thoughts in the comments below. FEAR/fear can and will stop you from living your best life only if you don't do anything to conquer it. Do you agree or disagree? Leave a comment and let me know what you think. Now go out there and be courageous. Stay motivated, face your fears, and keep chasing your dreams. Until next time, this is Rex Reason, signing off.